This is the book of Jeremiah 50 and 22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash, and double honor to the apostles and the elders of God Reston, who learn and teach word. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's hopeful elect. To begin with, 144,000 and the 130 men, women, and children, the believers of the nation of Israel, those who have come back to worship their power in these last days in truth and spirit, in hoping that, as we are in these times, when all break loose, they're gonna have hope. They're gonna receive mercy from the Heavenly Father, and eventually to be saved from the said perils that are about to come on the earth. So without further ado, I may read again. This is a book of Jeremiah 50 and 22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. As we know, we are in these times, man, the time of the end. The Lord, whom the world ignorant called him Jesus Christ, is about to make his second coming. So before he comes, it's gonna be things that are gonna happen, pertain to the prophecy written in the Bible. One of those things is gonna be war. These nations, they're gonna go to war, and that war is gonna be known as what? ww3, which is part of the prophecy which is written in the Bible, as it is written in the book of Revelation, I believe 11 and 14. Let me see. No, 11. Yeah, as it is in the book of Revelation 11 and 14, which is say the second war is past, and behold, the third war comes quickly. And war is speaking about what? Destruction. And we understand this entire world have gone through two types of destruction, which led to the death of people, destruction of infrastructure, and the we need to bring a lot of damage, those two wars, man. We understand World War I and World War II, but Mostia said, war, the third war comes quickly, So since 1945, when the World War II ended, it's not very long to now we see the same things, happening then are coming back, we see this tension between nations, all these are part of the coming war, man, so the world is about to experience world war again, and this war is going to be a big war, or I'm say a tough war, where we're going to see major lands, I may say again, major lands in this planet Earth being destroyed completely, such as America. America, as in these last days, yes, these last days, the last days of this world of Esau, Edom, the so-called white people, America is going to be completely destroyed, destroyed by what? Uh, Nuclear missiles, you know, or I may say by fire, fire from heaven, which are those nuclear missiles, ICBM missiles, you know, and the main uh, country or nation that gonna what gonna shoot missiles in America is gonna be who? Russia, you know, backed by China, and the Iranian, or let me say, Iranian and the North Korea and the Indian, East Indian, they're all gonna be what aiming their missiles uh, to America to destroy the land, you know, and that's what is gonna be done in these last days, you know. So right now we are living in a time where we see there's a lot of tension going on, between these nations. We see uh, what we see this tension been going on in a regional setting. I may say, you know, we see on this side of Europe, or I may say, Eurasia. We see Russia and Ukraine. You know, they've been in war for 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 years now. You know, they've been bombing each other. You know, so that war has never died down since it was started. You know, and right now also we see on the other side as well. You know, uh, we see in the Pacific as well, in the Pacific region. You know, we see what there's also tension between China and Taiwan. You know, also Japanese and South. I mean, Japanese uh, and South Korea are coming against North Korea as well. You know, and also in all this, in between all these tensions, we see America involvement as well. You know, America, which is part of NATO. NATO uh, are these nations that have joined pact together, to make an alliance, like these European countries and America, Canada, you know. But we see mostly America is everywhere, you know. That's why the Bible speak about the narration of America, destruction of America, complete westerness of the land of America because of what America is doing, poking people, poking these other nations, for its own interest, you know. But it's gonna come to pass, man. All these nations, they're gonna what? They're gonna say, man, to hell with America, man, including the NATO country. I mean let me say the NATO members, you know, these European countries, EU countries, they're also gonna be against America, man. They're gonna shoot missile, you know, France, German, all this, man. They're all gonna come against America. So America, as you know, is gonna be destroyed at the end, you know. So we see, man, in the North Korea, man. In the Pacific area as well. There's an involvement there, There's a tension there, you know, and the American involvement, they've been sending their weapons, in that region as well. They've been sending their ships, their fighting jets, you know. Oh, I mean, they send. Why do they send? You have to ask yourself. They because the what they are strategically moving. Moving uh, their arsenal, man, or preparing, you know, for what is about to come. You know, because World War III is inevitable. I may say, you know, It's part of the prophets, and also we see now that now Middle East is very hot like there, Middle East is like now is hot, the so-called Middle East, the Levant, is hot there, which at the end that going to be the theater of the upcoming war, World War III, So right now there's a tension between Israeli and the Iranian, where we see a couple of days ago, Israel bombed Iranian consulate, in Syria, all this are part of war, the drum of war, man, So the drum of war and now are beating louder and louder, So soon this nation, they're going to be involved in the upcoming war, World War III, which I mean, the Israeli bombing, Iranian consulate led it to the deaths of all Iranian commanders, commander, and some few men were there as well, died as well because of that, on the back of that, man. Of Israel bombing Iranian consulate in Syria, on which we see on the list, on which Iranian response, man, So on their response, man, approximately over 300 Iranian drone and missiles were launched, to attack Israel, Also, on the other hand, when Iranian were displaying its military strength, man, in the global stage, man, like don't pray with us, as it say in the Bible, let the weak say I'm strong, as it read in the book of Joel, 3:9, which is say, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshare into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I am strong. And that's what we see what Iranian are doing, they are displaying, their military strength, in a global stage, like don't pray with us. They've been they're telling these other nations, the NATO countries, the EU countries, like don't pray with us, and the Iranian, they're gonna be playing a major role also in the upcoming war, man, the World War III. They're gonna be backing Russia, man, to fight the battle, against America and their allies, So we are living in we are living in an exciting time, Soon we're gonna see this regional conflict, this conventional wars, these financial wars, all these regional wars gonna turn to war, to full-blown war, man, which is gonna be known as World War III, the War of Armageddon, So we are seeing these things happening, So we're gonna see more and more as we're approaching to the end of this system. We're gonna see these tensions, this escalation, which are part of the prophets, man. It's the book of Matthew 13 and the 3 start. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olive, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the hand of the word? And Yahweh answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumor of wars. See that ye be no trouble, for all these things, for all these things must come to pass, but the hand is not yet. So we're gonna see the Lord is saying, Yahweh shall say, before he went to his father 2,000 years ago, we're gonna be seeing this war and rumor of war. But what he say, the hand is not yet. Why? Because there's other prophets need to be to be fulfilled as well before the war comes. One of those prophets is what? Is MOTB, the mark of the beast, which is found in the book of Revelation 13:16 going down. And also the time of Jacob trouble, must come to pass before what? Before World War III comes, But World War III will come, it goes on to say, for nation shall rise against nation, and that's what we see right now. And that's what we see, what is happening around the globe, man. Protests, people protesting, in the street, nation coming against nations, kingdom against kingdom, countries in this country, as I mentioned before, there's a lot of tension, between nations right now, So for nation shall rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, So all these things gonna come. All these are the beginning of sorrow, So all this is gonna come, man, and then we're gonna see this nation going to war. And then after the war, Yahweh Shai as well is gonna appear on the sky, as a thief in the night, and bring more war, and also and at the same times it's gonna be what? Delivering his men, the elect, those who have believed, and they're gonna continue to believe to the end. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians 5. I'm going to the point, say, and 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them as travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape. As I mentioned before, this war, World War III is inevitable or unescapable. All this nation right now, they are trying to forge peace, for the sake of the world, but it's not going to be so, because the man who is ruling right now in the earth is a man of war, violence, Esau Edom, and he don't know about peace. And also on top of that is all about Most High prophets have to come to pass, the word of the Heavenly Father have to come to pass, man, and we as a people, we have to be raised, to rule this earth in these last days. We're going to be taken out of this condition, man, soon, but it's going to begin with the destruction of our enemies, So the prophets must be fulfilled, and then we're going to see everything come to what? Come to pray in order, man, the destruction, the deliverance, the new kingdom, being established here on the earth, the kingdom of the nation of Israel, But right now we see all this stuff are happening, So I was, going through, check the news around, as you can see, Ukraine, Russia war, that is, Zelensky want no time to waste, as Ukraine army chief says, frontline situation tense. Ukraine-Russia war, that is updated, all this war and war, that's what you see, Here, Lucius Sunak say what? Argue Israel to show restraint after Iranian attack, China and Taiwan tension bring troops, missiles, and the ancient anxiety to Japan Paradise Island of Ishigaki. So if you look down, talk about, the tension, man. You know, Japanese, USA, China is mess over there, man. In Pacific region, man. You know, so there's a lot of going on, man. You know, as you see, Iranian attack shows Israel deterrence police shattered. Netanyahu critics say. I say, what does Israel want to do after Iran drone and missile attack? Israel military chief says that Israel will respond to Iran weekend missile attack. So yeah, we see these things. We need to be always on the lookout. Watching. And the reporting. You know, what is going on. Before the destruction come, to give warning to the flock of to the people of Mosiah, especially. Because the days that are coming are not good days, but are evil days. If I may lead, see that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. The days are not what good anymore, man. So, and the circumspectly means what? To look around. So, yeah, man. So with that, I may say, Shalom. Yahaba Shem Yoshabrakpa.